What is up, Batman Arkham Knight fans? I'm Tommy from ZD Comics, and welcome to episode 2 of Character Spotlight. Today I'll be talking about Two-Face in the Arkhamverse, his history, everything about him, and how he should play out in Batman Arkham Knight. Now, before I get on to the video, I'd like to mention two quick things. First off, thank you for all the people who liked my previous Character Spotlight. That got a little over 200 likes, as well as about 3,000 views. I was expecting that much views, but I honestly was expecting 200 likes. I really like that, so if you didn't like my old video, please like this one. It really helps out helps my channel, basically. I mean, the more you like the video, that's actually what gets my videos shown on YouTube. It's not really necessarily the views, but actually the likes. So if you can take your time out and like it, that would be awesome. Now, the second thing I would like to mention is actually a shout out to my good buddy Z-Wall. Now, his link to his channel is going to be down below. You're actually looking at it on the screen right now. Z-Wall, he is a good friend of mine. He actually has a YouTube channel. You are looking at it right now, and basically what he does, he creates music from scratch. He does everything music related. He actually creates these great beats and everything. The song you're listening to the background right now is actually a song he created himself. Now, he has about 35 videos posted. He uploads, I think, every once in a while, like almost weekly, if you can just check out his channel. Now, he is in the beginning stages of his YouTube channel, and I remember where I was him. I remember when I had 100 subscribers, and I was down to the dumps. I was like, wow, where am I gonna go? So if you guys can just head over his channel, click that subscribe button, listen to his music, maybe share his YouTube channel with other people. It would really make me happy, and it would make him happy as well. And I'm telling you guys, this is someone who really dedicates himself to his work, and I'm telling you that when you subscribe to him, you're going to be honored to say, wow, I was one of the first people to subscribe to him when he has 1 million subscribers. So definitely head out to his channel. Now, let's get into the real video. Two-Face in the Arkhamverse. Now, Two-Face is one of my favorite Batman villains, I'm going to say that now, but it's pretty disappointing on his role in the Arkhamverse. Now, I'll explain that later, but I'm going to start from the beginning of the Arkhamverse and then move forward and explain everything about Two-Face in each section. So the first section would be Batman Arkham Origins. That is basically the start of the Arkhamverse. We see the beginning of Batman, we see the beginning of Joker, but we do not see the beginning of Two-Face. Two-Face is not really mentioned in Batman Arkham Origins. He is mentioned, but he's not in there. We don't go up against Two-Face, we don't see Two-Face, and we don't really get any good vibe of Two-Face. So Batman Arkham Origins and Two-Face did not connect at all. Now, the next in the food chain, the line, whatever you want to call it, I like to say food chain, I don't know why, but the next thing up would be Assault on Arkham. That is basically the next Arkhamverse related thing you could watch, play, or read that's in the line of the history. So because Assault on Arkham is actually placed before Arkham Asylum. Now, in Assault on Arkham, we did get a cameo of Two-Face when the whole Arkham Asylum inmates started breaking out. We did see at the end of the animated movie that Two-Face broke out as well, and we saw a quick scene of him, rampaging around. Now, that's it. I mean, that's it. Nothing else besides that. So really, no character development, no really anything related to that in Arkham Origins as well as Assault on Arkham. Now, the next in the food chain would be Batman Arkham Asylum. The very first thing created for the Arkhamverse. It is the beginning of the Arkhamverse in a sense of creation. Now, what I would like to say is that I'm okay with Two-Face not being in that game because that's the first game they created. They weren't expecting to have the much popularity as they do now. I mean, they're on their 4th game as well as a comic book series and an animated movie, and probably a lot more to come in the future. It's probably one of the most popular video games ever, so they weren't expecting that. So, we know what was going through their head at the time was okay, let's choose a group of villains, let's get Batman in there, and let's get the game going. They weren't thinking, as what they should be now, is okay, what villains didn't get a chance to get in there, what character development needs to grow in, what connection do we have to do with the previous games. They weren't really thinking as in-depth as they are now. Now, that just obviously makes sense to me. I mean, that should make sense to you as well. So, like I was saying, with Two-Face in Arkham Asylum, he was not in that game. He did get a character bio, but so did every other Batman character. I mean, Maxie, Seuss, Twiddly-Dwee, Twiddly-Dum, Scarface, they all got a chance as a little bit of character bio to prove that they are in the Batman's universe inside of the Arkhamverse. So, Batman Arkham Asylum, once again, did not have anything Two-Face related besides the next up to line, which would be the comic book series. Yes, there is a comic book series placed in between the events of Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. That's about a year. There's a few comic book series, and one I did read had Two-Face in there, but not that much. He was just kind of like a mob boss. Batman, he was in his way. Batman shoved him out of the way. Now, I don't want to talk too much of the comic book because I honestly did not read all the comics, and I feel bad, you know. But when you think of the main audience, I don't think everyone really does read the comic book. So from going just like the video game standpoint, Two-Face does not have very good character development. Now, the last or the most up-to-date thing I could talk about is, of course, Batman Arkham City. Now, in the beginning of Batman Arkham City, we did see Batman go up against Two-Face. After the whole cutscene with the beginning of the game and Hugo Strange and everything like that, Batman puts on the suit, he goes to the courthouse, and he sees that Two-Face hung out Catwoman. Now, if you didn't know, if you didn't play the Catwoman story mode, which you obviously should play, is that Catwoman stole something from Two-Face, stole something valuable from a safe. Two-Face captured her, hangs her upside down, about to boil her. Batman saves the day. Two-Face is out of the game. That's pretty much about it. There's not too much to say about Two-Face, and that's kind of disappointing. He had pretty bad character development in Arkham City. I just wish he had, like, that was fine. If they gave us like a really good side mission where we can learn more about Two-Face's history, or maybe not really learn, but have a freaking boss battle, beat the crap out of Two-Face, you know, punch him in the face, maybe have to undo his guns, maybe he can go in some Two-Face mech suit. I don't know. It's just what I'm trying to say is I wish Two-Face got a boss battle in Arkham City. That's all he really needed. Now, I said enough about his history. I told you what happened in all 3 video games, plus the animated movie, plus the comic book as well. Now, let's talk about Batman Arkham Knight, the last installment of the Batman franchise, just the Arkhamverse in general. Sorry, I'm kind of uncomfortable. I'm sitting kind of weird. That doesn't matter. So anyway, before I get on to that part, I would like to stop and mention one thing. In my previous video, I forgot to mention that I'm actually doing a Q&A at the end of every character spotlight for the next character spotlight. So I forgot to say it in my previous video, so I put it in the description box, and not a lot of people read it because I only got one question. So basically what I'm going to be doing is the next character person that I'm going to be putting in the spotlight is Hush. So if you have any questions about Hush in Batman Arkham Knight, whether you think he's the Arkham Knight or really anything, all you have to do is put Q, dot, and then ask me the question. Now, the reason you can put Q is because it's easier for me to find out your question. Now, when I'm scrolling through all the comments, I can see the ones that have Q in the beginning, and then I can answer them. I don't have to read everything, you know. It's just be easier. So put question or put Q. Really, I don't care, just as long as you say something before you ask the question. Now, Calvin Taylor, you're looking at the question on the screen right now. He says, for the next character spotlight, Two-Face, which I'm doing right now, do you think Two-Face won't have any problems working with Penguin since they were enemies back in Arkham City? Now, yes, Two-Face and Penguin did have a little bit of a rough problem in Arkham City, and no, I really don't think that's going to move over to Arkham Knight because that's a year apart, you know? And Batman Arkham Knight is different because it's more of organized theme event. Now, what I'm trying to say is Scarecrow is gathering up these villains. Like in Batman Arkham City, there just happens to be these people that Batman runs into. In Batman Arkham Knight, these villains are purposely trying to find Batman to kill him. It's a little bit of a different scenario, sort of like how Arkham Origins was, you know, but better, you know. It's going to be a lot better than Arkham Origins, I can tell you that. So what I'm trying to say is Two-Face and Penguin almost kind of have to work together. Now, I think they're going to be fine anyway. We do know that they are working together because in one of the trailers we saw Two-Face and Penguin walking behind, I think something explodes in the background. So obviously they're standing next to each other, so everything must be okay with them. So I don't think that's going to affect at all. Now, that was the only question I got, so thank you for asking that question. You see, he just got a shout out and a chance to be on my video. So all you have to do is just ask a question if you would like that opportunity. So to get more into the series, more into whatever, the character spotlight and everything, I would like to talk about Two-Face's look and just basically his overall, the way he looks in Batman Arkham Knight. So we do know that a lot of the villains are getting a little bit of a character change. For instance, Riddler looks a little bit more insane, Penguin looks a little bit more messed up and old, and Two-Face looks more badass. Unlike the other villains who look more old and cranky and more creepier, Two-Face looks more badass because his sleeves are rolled up, his suit's a little bit different. It's just he looks more tighter, more like, I'm a boss, you don't mess with me. By the way, my face is burnt. You know, you can really tell it's burnt for some reason because, like, his whole arm is burnt as well, which you did not see that much in Batman Arkham City. So his new look looks great, by the way. And we do know that we're going to be getting more of him in Batman Arkham Knight because of the trailer. Now, the first trailer we got, Penguin, Harley Quinn, Two-Face, and I'm trying to think of other characters. They mainly starred in that trailer. Now, you think that for the first trailer, Batman Arkham Knight, the people who are represented in that trailer would be the main people in the game. So that's my explanation to why I think Two-Face is going to have a bigger part. Now, he doesn't necessarily have to have a bigger part. I honestly think that, this is my last topic I want to mention, is when someone has to go up against him, if we are going to get a Two-Face battle, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the story mode 1, and 2, doesn't have to be Batman. Now, I think they should do this. I think they should have Red Hood going up against Two-Face. Now, I already mentioned this in my Red Hood character spotlight. I'm going to mention it again, go a little bit more in depth, because when you think about it, Red Hood and Two-Face are a lot alike in more of their arsenal sense. They're both human. They're both somewhat trained in combat. Two-Face, not that trained in combat, but after all this time in the Arkham Asylum, you would think, you know, he builds up this tendency to be able to fight people. Now, what I'm trying to say is they both hold guns. Yes, guns. But what makes that so special is that we could actually have a gun boss battle. Like, we never got something like that in the previous games. The only thing we actually saw that was gun related was, like, actually you holding a gun would probably be Origins multiplayer. And I think we can all agree Origins multiplayer was not the best, and it was not created by Rocksteady. So Rocksteady has not done anything where the person you are controlling is holding a gun besides the Joker. Yes, you could play as the Joker in Batman Arkham Asylum, but I'm not going to count that. That was a small little, oh, here he plays the Joker type thing. If we can see that, because Red Hood's going to be using a gun. It's, when we saw him, in the action figure picture we saw, he was using a gun. In the DLC for GameStop picture, we saw that he was using a gun. And, of course, he's going to be using a gun, and Two-Face also uses a gun. They actually both use 2 guns in both hands. So you can actually have just a flat-out gun battle. I mean, like, you're in court, or you probably wouldn't be in the same place as you are in Arkham City, but you can be really anywhere, and it's just Two-Face has a gun, he has his little army, it's just Red Hood, and you're killing people. Maybe Red Hood actually ends up killing Two-Face. Like, how insane would that be, you know? Like, and Batman's, like, infuriated, like, you don't kill. I taught you that when you were Robin. He's like, I'm not Robin anymore. You know, like, you can just do something that, like, mind-blowing or mind-bending, you know? So, anyway, back to Two-Face. I think Two-Face should go up against Red Hood. I already said that. If not, Two-Face should definitely have his own boss battle. If he doesn't have his own boss battle, then at least give him a side mission, a dedicated side mission, such as Bane's side missions. You know that usually, like, there's kind of those, like, lower side missions that are like, okay, destroy the 5 canisters filled with toxin, blah, 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 blah. Go around, and when you have to destroy something, there's, like, a group of thugs. You know, something simple like that could happen, but, like, it doesn't really matter, you know? I would really hope for actually something better than just a small little side mission, because when you think about it, there's 12 side missions in Batman Arkham City. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I mean, for instance, you got the Riddler side mission, which is long as crap. I mean, come on, that thing's gotta be like, there's so much to do. Then, of course, you got the Hush side mission, and then there's the side missions that are like, sort of like the Mad Hatter side mission, where you actually sort of have a boss battle fight, and it's like, it's kind of like the Mad Hatter side mission reminded me of the Ra's al Ghul mission, which was actually in the story mode. It was a good side mission, something that, like, I suggest someone to play. Like, if they were to do any side missions, like, play that. It's almost like you're just getting more of the story. So that's something I would like for Two-Face, not just like a go destroy the canisters or go stop these riots, you know, type of thing. I mean, I like those, but that's just like, I need something more to play, not really, I want to play a really good part of the story that's in, like, a side mission. So that's pretty much all I got to say about Two-Face, you know. I mean, I guess I had to say this. He's one of my favorite Batman villains, and I'm disappointed that he doesn't get enough attention. I mean, come on. Think about the attention Bane got in the Arkhamverse. I mean, he has gotten a hell of a lot of attention. The same goes with, like, the Joker and a bunch of other villains. I mean, they usually do ration it out pretty well, but I think Two-Face got the lower straw, if you know what I mean. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Two-Face. Thank you guys for watching. Now, before I end this video, don't forget to like it, and don't forget to check out Z-Wall's channel. Like I said, the link is down below. So thank you for watching. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and leave your questions for Hush, because he'll be in the character spotlight very soon.
Don't forget to like, and comment, and subscribe. Or you're not gonna like what I do to you next.